to the Squeeze Podcast Season 2. I'm Ashlea, the Orange Lady. I'm here to give you the tough but necessary juice you need to build and sustain a career, and also a little side note of ASMR with my iced coffee. I am a first-gen professional, and I have experience in the tech, nonprofit, and public sectors. And I like to share my lessons along with bringing friends in that also have lessons to share so that we made those mistakes so you don't have to. Okay, Season 2. I was going to start with a kind of sad topic. Then I was like, well, that's not cool. Let's not do that. Let's not say, hi, friends, welcome back. Let's talk about something sad. So, we're going to start with something horrendous. The worst interview questions. I have been asking people, what is your least favorite, worst, like the thing that you hate to hear from an interviewer? And you all shared a lot of different interview questions. The first one is, why this company? I would take any company. I just need a job, is what you are saying in your head, right? Like, why do you think your company is so special? But here's how you can actually answer it. You can say, if you know someone that works at the company, or if you have done your research and you have found a particular like campaign or some project that they've done that really speaks to you, that's what you're going to tie it to. You're going to say, my friend Tanya works here and she has told me so much about how like her role and her career has felt since being an employee at X and blah, blah, blah. Okay, so that like personalizes it. It shows that you've done your research, you're invested. On the other side, if you don't know anybody there, then it's focusing on, I follow you on social. I saw the campaign that X did, and it really spoke to me because that's a personal passion of mine. And so I like knowing that even if that's not the work I'm doing, that there are people that are my colleagues doing it. Great, okay? And also, I just need a job. Okay, so I hope you feel a little better about that one. Oh, this one. How do you resolve conflict at work or with a coworker? Okay, let's take a trip down memory lane. In my 20s, I used to actually think that they were asking me about like conflict, like beef with a coworker. Like, tell me how you had drama at work and solved it. I learned since then that's not how I'm going to answer this question, and I hope you don't either. I like to frame the conflict as time because it's kind of true. Time is always a conflict, right? Like there's always like a deadline that you're pressed against meeting, and that can cause conflict, especially when people have competing priorities. And so that's how I frame conflict now. That way it does not get into a dramatic like, oh, I did this, my colleague did this, we had to work it out. We stay completely away from that, and we talk about this as like a problem solving, like I had to collaborate on a project with Michelle, and she was also competing with 3 different deadlines. And so I had to make sure and give her what she needed with plenty of time so that she didn't feel stressed. She enjoyed working with me, and she had what she needed with plenty of time to meet those deadlines. So again, that conflict, it's external. It's not a person. It is a thing that we are both having to navigate, and you're able to kind of use a star story, which I'm sure you know what that is, right? Silence. Okay. So a star story is where you, and sometimes I still forget what this acronym stands for, but the S is for the situation. So you're going to tell the person about the situation you're in. The T is the task. That was the task or the goal that you were given. Like, this is what you have to execute on. A, that's the action you took. What did you do, right? What and how did you do it? And then R, I always remember that one because that's the results. If you don't tell me the outcome and how you like nailed it, exceeded expectations, hit the goal, then you are missing out and it's just a stuff. See, it just doesn't work. It's not the same. You need the full star story. We can go more in depth. And that there's also information on Instagram that goes a little more in depth about star stories. So we've answered 2 tough questions. Another one that was sent in is, how do you manage a project with people that don't report to you, or how do you influence others? So I'm really glad I already told you about star stories, because this is the perfect sips coffee star story question, because you're just going to talk about a program or project that you did that was in collaboration with people that don't report to you, right? Like across teams or different organizations, or maybe even with external partners that don't have any like responsibility to you, right? I think that one thing I see in the workplace is people want to know, because there's so much cross-team collaboration, is like, how do you get people to listen to you, meet deadlines when you're not writing their review, you're not their boss, you're not looking at their work product? So that is something that, yes, it's a star story. You can talk about a project that you did with a bunch of different people and how you kind of structured it to make sure that it worked. But the piece to this question, I think, the major key, is trust. And you're going to want to include in that A part of the star story, the action, how you built trust at the beginning of the project and maintained it throughout, because that's really what we're talking about here when we're talking about how do you influence people to do something that is not as important to them as it is to you, because it's your goal. So you're going to use the star story. You're going to also include trust, and I think that'll get you there. Whew. This is a hot one. We have one more. Oh, okay. It's not good when I read the question and I'm like, ooh, why are you leaving your current role and company? They are assholes. Just kidding. They don't pay me enough. They've overworked me. It's a toxic environment. I have hit a wall. There's no other growth opportunity for me. They make me work nights and weekends. I have no set schedule. Oh, wait, that wasn't what you wanted to know? No, that is not what they want to know. Which, honestly, if anyone is still asking this question in interviews, please stop. Please stop. Like, we already know the answer. They want a different opportunity. They want a healthier environment. They want more money. Like, if it's not one of those 3, it could be all 3. Like, come on. But I know there are still some boomers out here asking that question. And you better not, millennials, I will come for you if you are asking this question. You know better. You know better. All right. Why are you leaving your current role or company? This is truly, yes, you're going to become the best Broadway star, film actress, whatever it is that you need to become. And you're going to talk about the lack of opportunity within your team and how there isn't a lot of growth and you're looking for this new opportunity. Or maybe this one's really easy if you're actually moving industries, because then you have a whole story to tell about why you're leaving the college access nonprofit sector, like I was, and moving into the tech space doing community engagement. I had a great story to tell about why I wanted to make that move. I had been on the funding side, like receiving funding from corporate partners for many years in my career. But I always felt like on the corporate side, they didn't quite know how to get the best return on their investment. And they didn't know how to set metrics. And I had said later on in my career, I was like, I want to be on the other side of that, because I understand what needs to go into it for corporations that are giving this money to get the most in return and make a bigger impact in the community that they are funding. See, did you like my answer? So that's what you're going to do. Like, it's super easy if you're going to like change and transition into a new thing. Otherwise, it needs to be about like something like the lack of opportunity and growth, or that there has been a recent change in like really wanting to promote and hire in external people, and you don't see a clear path and you're ready for new opportunity. You have new skills, whatever it is. DMs are always open if you want to chat through these. I'm not doing a top 5. That was 4. Those are some of the worst. My DMs are always open if you want to submit a tough interview question that you always get stuck on or you hate or whatever. So, okay. Now I've got the juice. It's time to put it to use. Chat soon.